Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm just doing a short, simple video on potting up an arrangement for the cemetery plot for my grandparents. Those of you who know me or have been following me for quite some time know that my grandmother and I were very close, and she is the one who instilled gardening in me, my passion for gardening in me, I should say. And so every year since she passed, unfortunately she passed quite early in life, I have taken over taking care of the cemetery plots within our family for most of them. It's something that her and I used to do every spring. On Mother's Day weekend, we would go to the greenhouse and get all the flowers that we need. We would do her flowers at her house, and then we would do the flowers for the cemetery, clean up the gravestones, and just kind of spend time together doing that. And so it's become a tradition that I've carried on just myself, and I take my mom along with me. But anyway, so I wanted to show you guys just kind of what I do to continue my grandmother's kind of legacy, if you will, when it comes to doing flower arrangements for the cemetery plot. So I have stuck with her traditional arrangement. I have not changed it. She had always planted the same thing every single year at the cemetery plot, so I have continued to do that for many, many years after she has passed. So I just thought it'd be fun for you guys to kind of join me as I plant this together and kind of just chat about what I'm doing and some tips and tricks when it comes to doing a planter. So my grandmother always had to have a spike in her arrangements. It was a very common thing for her to do. So I always have a spike, as she did. Now the way that this is set up at the cemetery is I usually put what we call the thriller, which is your height or centerpiece. Some people put it in the center of the arrangement. I like to put it in the back for this particular arrangement because it is going to be, the way that it's positioned at the gravesite, it's viewed from just one side. So start with the spike, and then she always did red geraniums. Now, I used to find geraniums to be kind of outdated, and I never was a huge fan of them. But ever since she passed, and I've been working with them more, obviously planting these arrangements in her place, I've grown to actually appreciate geraniums. They are a beautiful annual. Not only do they look good, they come in a variety of colors like pinks and purples and reds. I love the smell of a geranium when you accidentally break a stem or a leaf off. It has a wonderful smell. But it's a very easy annual to grow. It does need full sun to really perform the best. It can take some part shade, but really full sun is best. And it just is a prolific bloomer all season long. And it's just a very instant impact of color. I mean, look at that. So we usually do 2. Now I will show you, so some of these are kind of root bound, so I do kind of break them up. It's not necessary it does help the plant kind of expand its roots. Not entirely necessary, but doesn't hurt to do it. So the geraniums are what we would consider a filler. So the filler is going to be the part of your arrangement that fills it in, gives it bulk. So you have your thriller in the back or the center, which gives you the height, and then your filler, which gives you the bulk. Now the last thing that my grandmother always did in her arrangement for the cemetery is a vinca vine. So this is a variegated vinca, and this is a great what we call spiller. So a spiller is something that will grow down and over the sides of the pot to add kind of a dramatic effect for you. So we always did this on center like that. We'll fill in with some soil and we're good to go.